within 2 minutes he was at the site on his bicycle and went straight to talk to them.
Got our own little swimming pool out the back.
Just had to go and buy it. Do not want to drop it near the toilet.
This town is known for its beauty. Unfortunately, this park up doesn't provide any of that beauty just yet.
Hi, I'm Daz and she's Bee, and we're on a 12-week road trip round France with our boys and our greyhound Sammy. Join us as we explore the history, beauty and fun we can squeeze in while getting to grips with the challenges of working and home educating on the road as a family in France, living a life less ordinary as we escape in the motorhome.
So yeah, I had to do what I felt was right this morning, and when you don't see a responsible dog owner, you've got to pick them up on it. So I love all dogs, and my love for them has sort of like grown over the last couple of years, really, learning about fostering and anxiety and all sorts. But there are some dogs that do need to be in a muzzle, because if their anxiety leads to attacks, that dog's life is in jeopardy. And of course the threat to human life as well is the most important thing. Now, I've been attacked by a dog in the past, a rescue dog, and a couple of my friends' children have been attacked by dogs as well. And so when I saw this particular breed yesterday, I kept Sammy at a distance, and it was on a lead, and the owners were trying to calm it down, and that was great. And then Daz and Indy went to the shop last night, and the way it barked and lunged at Indy, I just dread to think what would have happened if that lead was not there. And had they had the dog muzzled, it would have been a very, very different outcome had it come away from its leash, because however aggressive and anxious that dog is as it jumps up towards Daz and Indy, it can't do any damage because it can't use its mouth. And that's really important, I think, to be a responsible dog owner like that. But I reported it this morning to the campsite owners, and I said that dog should be in a muzzle. He came immediately. Within 2 minutes he was at the site on his bicycle and went straight to talk to them, and they just left. So I hope at some point in that conversation they spoke about muzzles, because it is to keep people alive, and it's also to keep that dog alive. Rottweilers are fantastic pets. In our country, I've watched lots on South End dog training about them, and they're incredibly loyal, and they can be very good with children as well. So I'm not being ignorant here, but I think because of that fierce loyalty, if you've got a reactive dog and you've got an anxious dog that lunges and barks at children, and see, it didn't bark at me, so I wonder if it was a man thing, then in a public place like this, particularly when you've got lots of children running around, you need to have that dog muzzled.
Well, here we are then on our first full day in Colmar, and this is an interesting park up. It looks relatively new in terms of layout and materials, and I think on Google Maps you can see it's surrounded by a bit of an industrial site. One thing that's interesting is the kind of what appears at first to be rather drab and dodgy flats, I think are actually a sort of modern set of flats in an old industrial building, although I'm not sure it quite works. Yeah, so besides the architect's vision of those flats perhaps not quite working, or if it is working, rather weird, there is a canal basin there which has a nice aspect to it, but we are surrounded by industrial stuff. And one of the big complaints for this site, or the most recent one, was flies, and we too have been inundated. I think we had at least, even with our beautiful rainbow fly curtain that Bee absolutely loves, we had at least 6 or 7 blue bottles in the van last night. We managed to chase quite a number of them out the windows, all the ones we could see, but myself, Bee and Indy all felt flies on us this morning as we were waking up. They're everywhere, so it's probably a result of the heat and the water. Realistically, there's not much we could do about it, so you just have to live with it. Right, well, after that brief walk to the bins and back, it's time to see if the boys are ready, and Bee, to head into town. Oh, look at that.
What?
Got our own little swimming pool out the back. Little plunge pool. Well, despite a slightly damp and grim walk from the aire into town, within about 10-15 minutes we're just overwhelmed with character once again.
Colmar in the Alsace cultural region is near the border of Germany and has cobblestone streets filled with medieval buildings. The narrow canals have earned it the nickname of Little Venice. It was annexed by Germany during the Franco-Prussian War, returned to France after World War I, and then occupied again by Germany in World War II. There is therefore a blend of both German and French influences. The first shop-bought vegan coffee with oat milk I found in Colmar 2.5 months into the trip. I'm delighted. This painted building that you see up here was built for a hatter, and it's apparently a jewel of the Renaissance. Christmas seems to be a pretty big thing in Colmar, and we saw a fair amount of popular Christmas shops. Understandably, Christmas markets here, closer to December, are very popular.
Excited for Christmas time, aren't we? It's the best holiday by far.
Nice. What do you think of that noise? What do you think? Well, Felix and I are about to go and take the little tourist train, and so we'll meet these guys back at the motorhome. There's one thing you've got to do in a big tourist town is take the big tourist red bus or the little tourist train. It's a necessity, and as soon as my 7-year-old said I want to do it, I was like, yes, I'm on it. painting is called trompe-l'œil, I think, which is called, this translates as trick of the eye, because it looks like you've got all of those fancy stonework engravings, but if you look up close, it's just a painting. Look, it's all flat. So when you stand away, whoa, look at that. So trompe-l'œil, trick of the eye. Ah, look, it even says La Petite Venise. La Petite Venise. Who's this cool guy on my journey with me? Don't often just do a journey with my smallest, it's nice. We're on our way back to the motorhome aire now. It's been a lovely drizzly day today. I've loved wearing a coat, it's such a novelty. And no flip-flops, basketball boots or Converses, so that's pretty cool. So all around Colmar today, we've seen Rue de Bartholdi, Musée de Bartholdi, but we haven't really found out about who he is. And then I just saw a picture on the side of the wall, a mural, of a guy standing next to the Statue of Liberty. So I thought I'd just Google it then. And there is a Statue of Liberty somewhere in Colmar, and we didn't visit it today, so I decided to find out what the link was. Why there was a Statue of Liberty here, we know why there's one in Paris, and the fact there's a big one in New York. Huge one, the world famous one. Well, apparently the guy that created it, Bartholdi, was from here.
So we've got Sammy covered in a rather sun cream damaged t-shirt of mine. It just stops those irritating flies from disturbing his rest.
Camping car! Whee! So we're just leaving the Porte de Plaisance at Colmar, and we've got a nice easy way of getting a token this time. Where are we? Nice easy way of getting a token this time. Token! There we go, now we're in focus. Just had to go and buy it. Do not want to drop it near the toilet.
Like a petrol pump, this is your clean water.
Uh-huh. And then this is...
what's supposed to be clipped in there is your flush one, but actually because it's broken, it dangles down there where all the plop goes. And there's a squeezy trigger, which is...
Maybe we should have a supply of gloves. Not all the time.
Yeah.
But just for ones like this.
Right, take two. Let's hope this one just outside the air is used a little bit less than the one inside. You got to press the button, and then you got to keep the door open. What's the state of this one?
It's better. It's better. Happy days.
Now, when I last used one of these, I find it really awkward. It's like, because this is like working inside a tiny little wardrobe rather than a nice open toilet.
And I've got a poorly wrist at the moment. My right wrist is not playing ball. What with me getting old and that. So
I'm gonna stand back.
hang on. Oh, I need to get some of my right wrist.
Hand
is
on
not...
the top, babe. Not on the...
Hang on. I've got to get a good angle.
Okay, you can blur that bit out. She's got splashy on her hand. I'm just going to take another step away. Now the thing is, if you look on the black pipe the bee's using, it's covered in toilet tissue.
Get stuffed.
So
Honestly.
look behind you. Look, go further down the pipe.
I so feel like just firing this in your face right now. Oh, hello.
So I'll let Bee finish doing that, and then we'll use the water thing. I'll do the water bit. I think out of 80 odd days that we're here, if we change this every other day, we've done about, it'll be 40 changes by the time we get about. I can't film any more of that. Okay, so maybe our leak issue could actually be just rainwater.
We had horrific rain last
Yeah,
night.
it's been really driving, and it could have got past the seal. On the other hand, this is the only thing I do like, a kind of petrol pump style water pump. Comes out at quite a rate, except the whole thing feels horrifically unhygienic.
Oh, look, I've been in a rainstorm. I haven't. I'm just trying to get rid of my frizzy hair. Yeah, so I had my head stuck in a camping air book because my son had stolen my phone. And Dad was like, look, look, look. And it was just what we've been talking about on the way back to the air. The guy that designed the Statue of Liberty monument, which is in America, in New York, and was also a version of it that's gifted to Paris. We just saw another version of it. And in honour of the man that designed it, and his name escapes me again, but you know I said it earlier, I'll put it up on the screen for you. We just went past it on the motorway. Can't believe it. So it's right at the entrance into Colmar. Quite rightly so as well. What an important, world-renowned monument. Everybody knows, it's like Eiffel Tower. Everybody knows the Statue of Liberty. The guy that designed it came from Colmar, and I'm so sorry, Mr. Guy that from Colmar. Your name keeps escaping me.
Right, that's all for this week. Here's some crazy pharmacy signs to end on. Until our next escape, thanks for watching.